A little while ago, I read a news report that Tile was being purchased by the company that created Life 360. And when I read that report, I thought it was a little bit strange that Life 360 could afford to purchase a company like Tile. And while some of the major workings of business elude my peanut-sized brain, I knew something was off about the whole situation. So let me tell you why that has now caused me to throw out all of my Tile trackers, and I think it's time that you did the same. There is an absolutely scathing report on a website called The Markup, and it has enough information on it from enough sources for me to treat it very seriously. I also have always struggled with the business model behind Life 360 being anything other than coming from the data that they receive, because they offer so many features within their free accounts. In fact, from the smart home perspective here, I had used it some time ago to aggregate whether everyone was at home or everyone had left, and this was a unique service, and it's why many automators have used it. Others have used Life 360 to track their family's whereabouts for either no cost or a really small subscription. Either way, for myself, I turned off Life 360 a long time ago and deleted the application. It just didn't make sense to me anymore, and I'm glad I did it. But the report states that Life 360 has been selling data to a number of companies, and those companies in turn have been using the data within additional products and reselling that data again in many cases. In fact, some of those companies are turning around and selling data to government organizations as well as private businesses. What's more is the report states that within 20 minutes of your data going into the Life 360 application, it could already be to someone else or to some other company and viewable. The good news is that you can turn off the ability for Life 360 to sell your data within their application. So I would suggest that you go do that right away if you're going to continue to use that. But I'm betting there's a loophole here anyway, so do you want to trust it at all? Within the report on the Markup's website, which I'm going to recommend that you do go read, there are details that make this both worse and better. So, I'm not here to give you all of the details, but there's enough smoke here that I have gone and taken the step of getting rid of my Tile trackers and that entire Life 360 account. Simply put, I'm not going to head down the same path with Tile trackers, even though Life 360 has said at this point they don't have plans to sell data from Tile yet. I mean, how long until they do have plans? Because again, their entire business is set up to sell data. The good news today is that a story like this has come out and you can start to protect you and your family. And yes, there are other companies doing this, and as they get found out, we're probably going to have to take similar actions. But I want you to take a hard look at what you're using today and think about the business model behind the company. If they have a product that they are selling you, then there is probably profit there. And if they have a subscription service, well then I guarantee there's profit there. However, if they are offering a service that just seems to be too good to be true, especially for the cost of free, well, then you might want to be reading a few of those details or the fine print in the privacy policy and rethinking your engagement. So from me to you, let's send a very strong message to this company that it's not okay to sell our data, and let's take those Tile trackers, which is their next asset that they have purchased, and throw them in the trash, or better yet, find a way to recycle them. I would much rather see you go out and purchase Apple AirTags right now, which if you've been following the channel for a long time, you know I don't like spending too much on these smart products, but in this case, I think we need to show that it is not okay. So the link is down below to that article, and I do totally recommend that you go read it because it has a ton of great details in it, and it also tells the story of what Life 360 has come back and said in response. Otherwise, you can check out a playlist of a few other controversial things that have gone on in the tech and smart home market so you're aware of what you should be doing and shouldn't be doing. That playlist is up on screen now. Otherwise, thanks for watching today, and of course, don't hate, automate.